Hey guys, my name is Matimi0, and welcome to another one of my vlog Q&A things. This is a video series or a fun series that I like to do where you guys can ask some questions to me, be them gaming related, you want to know a little bit more about me, personal stuff, you want to know a little bit more about YouTube, and then I will give my opinion on them and hopefully not sound like an idiot. The first question for today comes from Ethan, and it is, who are your favorite YouTubers? That is a good question. I've got a lot, but I would say that my top goes to Total Biscuit. He is amazing. Like, he's very cynical. He takes some getting used to, but he is one of the most articulate people in the gaming industry. Like, if I was able to construct my ideas for a 20-minute video and still sound coherent and articulate throughout the entire thing and bouncing between all of these different points throughout the entire process, I would be golden. The guy is masterful when it comes to talking and commentating, and so I look up to him. I know a lot of people look up to him, and so he's definitely one of my favorites. Another guy I look up to is Angry Joe. He makes some of the best reviews out there. Like, I would say better than a lot of gaming journalism. He just came out with a Destiny review, top notch, high quality, agreed with pretty much every point that he came up with. So he's another one. I'm also subscribed to Extra Credits. Go subscribe to them. They are one of my favorite YouTube channels of like all time. If you want to know more about game development or you just want to know more about games in general, they do such a marvelous job at creating a fantastic show. They have a great art style. I love them so much. So if you want to know more about video games from just a broad spectrum, Extra Credits is fantastic. The last one I think I'll mention today is Geek and Sundry. I'm subscribed to them simply because of Day 9. I love Day 9. He does a Magic the Gathering show, and while I've never played Magic the Gathering, I have no idea what's going on. I mean, I've played some other card games here and there, like Hearthstone. God, that show is just magical. But yeah, I would say that those are the ones that I visit most frequently. The next question for today comes from Timothy, and it is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? Well, sadly, I don't have a 5-year plan. I'm not someone who really thinks that far ahead. But I guess if you got a gun to my head, I would say that I would like to continue doing YouTube. I love doing these videos. I love talking to you guys. And as long as I still have an audience, or at least a large enough audience that pays the bills from the ad revenue, why not continue doing YouTube? I love doing these things. I love playing video games and talking about them. So in 5 years, I would say that that would be my default. If I couldn't do that and I become a complete failure, maybe work on a video game, maybe join a development team, maybe work for a developer or something like that. I have a lot of ideas bouncing around in my head. You guys know I like talking about game development. You know, for Sunday Mailbox, you guys always ask about different mechanics and I always give my opinion on them. I love that kind of stuff. So if that first route completely fails, maybe I can move on over into something completely different. But other than that, just kind of smooth sailing for now. Don't really have a 5-year plan, and so I'd say that those would be my 2 top picks. The next question for today comes from Steven, and it is, I'm about to start college, and I was wondering if you had any advice for a freshman. Well, the most obvious advice that I can give you is to work hard and don't procrastinate. I had a lot of friends that would do this. I'm even guilty of this, where the night before, or a couple of nights before a big essay, I would cram, I would try to do all of the research, I would write that 10-page paper, and while it would turn out all right, I would get a decent grade, I would get like a B, sometimes I would even get an A for those papers, but I wouldn't retain any of that information, and that shouldn't be why you're going to college. It shouldn't be for the grades. Like, sure, grades are great, you want to have a great GPA, but you want to go into college to learn something. Like, that's the whole purpose of this. And so I think that was one of the biggest mistakes that I had for some of my courses. Like, near the end, like my junior and senior year, I started to smart up and I realized my mistakes and I started to buckle down. But I know that for my freshman and sophomore year, I just kind of skated through some of my courses. I still tried hard, but I definitely did not retain as much information that I wanted to, and it left me hindered when I started to get to more of the advanced courses. So I would say that's my best advice there. But yeah, guys, that is about it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you would like to submit your own question that could be featured in an upcoming episode, you can do so by leaving a comment down below, or you could also send me a message on Facebook and Twitter. But until tomorrow, have a good one, and take it easy.